Hello and welcome to all. Today we're looking at a global pop icon, who has mesmerized the planet with her beauty, voice, and colorful personality. With an Instagram account totaling some 190 million followers, Selena Gomez is a showbiz heavyweight. From the top of her 1.65 m, she outperforms behemoths like Beyoncé, Jennifer Lopez, or Lionel Messi in terms of engagement on social networks. All the counters are green for the Hispanic singer: fame, wealth, talent, beauty. But contrary to what we might think, the princess of pop does not really lead the Dolce Vita. The interpreter of Come and Get It accumulates health concerns, including recurrent depressive episodes. The young diva navigates in rough waters, and her health does not necessarily follow the performance of her songs on charts. Would she be born unlucky? Would she have succumbed to Hollywood excesses? Could it be a heartbreak? Make yourself comfortable. We will dive headfirst into the sad story of the beautiful Selena Gomez. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all the notifications. Let's go. Selena Gomez is of Mexican origin and her story borrows a lot from the adventures of famous Mexican telenovelas. The former Disney star grew up in a dual culture, her father being Mexican and her mother Italian. The couple Gomez separated when the little Selena was only 5 years old. She was left in the care of her mother, who could not make ends meet. She even had to beg and beg for food from passers-by to survive with her daughter. As you can see, Selena grew up in precariousness, her mother having to juggle 3 jobs to pay the bills and food, with meals often consisting of synthetic macaroni and cheese. In spite of this poverty, which will last 10 years, Selena will receive an unconditional love of her mother and will draw in her force and courage to keep hope in a better future. It is Mom Gomez who will push her daughter to believe in her dreams by initiating her from a very young age to the opera and the world of the stage, which will lead the pretty little Hispanic girl towards the glory and the success that we all know her today. Her journey began at the age of 7, with the audition for the series Barney, in which she got her first role on the small screen, Gianna. In the cast was the one who will become her best friend, a certain Demi Lovato. Selena will then make her little way as an actress, chaining small roles in films and appearances in commercials, before finally being enlisted by the iconic channel of the youth, Disney Channel. Selena will win an important role in Hannah Montana, which will open the doors of success. She will follow up with a leading role in The Wizards of Waverly Place. This 4-season series signed by Disney Channel was a real success, making emulators among young teenagers around the world. Selena reaffirmed her undeniable skills as a young actress while giving a first glimpse of her singing talent, signing with her voice the opening credits of the series, her first hit. The world was introduced to a bubbly teenager with a smooth, melodious voice. The title track, Everything Is Not What It Seems, will be sung by millions of people young and old. However, the end of Wizards of Waverly Place sounded the death knell of the collaboration of Selena Gomez and Disney Channel. She will then turn to the song, her true passion. She signed a contract with Hollywood Records in 2008, and at the same time founded her band, Selena Gomez and the Scene, whose first album, Kiss and Tell, was quickly certified gold record. The group will then chain the successful albums and its songs will be played in loop on the radios of the whole world, until its dissolution, in 2012. It must be said that at this date, the young Selena had only one passion, Justin Bieber, with whom she will form one of the most glamorous couples on the planet. This beautiful romance will end in 2012, and the numerous attempts of the two lovebirds to patch things up during the following years will remain in vain, for the greatest misfortune of the fans. These repeated heartbreaks affect Selena enormously, of a sensitive nature and, according to some, of a very fragile mental health. Exhausted by a long tour, by her TV tour to promote her records but also by her recurring emotional stress, the beauty will develop lupus, an autoimmune disease that will force her to go to rehab and undergo chemotherapy. Before moving on to the next part of the story, it's time for us to ask you the question of the day. Lupus is a chronic disease that occurs when the immune system attacks and destroys the body's cells. It can affect many parts of the body and cause serious damage, including joints, skin, kidneys, and even the heart. Selena is thus obliged to follow heavy and invasive drug treatments for life because lupus is unfortunately incurable. And as a misfortune never comes alone, she will also have to face the devastating side effects of these drugs, as the sudden and excessive weight gain. The star, who used to have a model's figure, is now yo-yoing in terms of weight, but the problem is elsewhere. Unfortunately, she has to face virulent criticism on social networks, attacking her on her physique and on her alleged excesses. And what had to happen happened. Faced with so much pressure, the vital prognosis of the beautiful will be engaged by an explosive cocktail of stress, side effects of drugs, and exhaustion, almost dying. She had indeed lost both her kidneys, completely destroyed by lupus. Without the help of her best friend, Francia Reza, who donated a kidney, she would have died. Selena was not at the end of her sorrows for all that. After this terrible ordeal, the beauty had to deal once again with a complicated daily life, punctuated by a heartbreak that does not weaken, a chronic stress, and a general state of fatigue. Her condition will only worsen over the years, but she will front with great modesty and dignity, cultivating a certain discretion. If Selena has tried several times to patch things up with Justin Bieber, the latter will show himself distant, drowning in alcohol and adventures without a tomorrow. In 2018, while she had just broken up for the umpteenth time with Justin, the latter announced to the world his intention to ask Hailey Baldwin, a young model, in marriage. This terrible news will plunge Selena in a terrible emotional abyss. It was like a dagger that Justin Bieber had planted in the heart of the singer, without any mercy, without sparing her. Selena will accuse the blow at first, before collapsing. She will be transferred urgently to the psychiatric hospital after a series of crises bound to an emotional shock into a worrying fall of tension. She was released only 2 months later, extremely distressed and grieving, but well and determined to move forward. Selena believed, however, that Justin still loved her, and that he would right his wrong in the near future, despite his marriage. It was during this period that she released her famous song Lose You to Love Me, about her love affair with the singer. The clip broke all records, totaling just over 70 million views in just 4 days. If Bieber had abandoned the beautiful Selena, the public has always responded. Stung to the quick, Hailey Baldwin will then publish a screenshot of another song called I Will Kill You, as if to mean that she would fight to keep her man. The latter did not flinch, making the deaf ear and showing a total indifference to the attempts of Selena. She will not hide her frustration. It is undoubtedly at this moment that she will make the mourning of this toxic relation which consumed her with small fire. Selena will thus take back her spirits, devoting herself to her person, to her health, to her beauty, and to her art. And to the delight of her millions of fans around the world, this painful episode of destructive love did not get the better of her talent and her sparkling and delightful personality. Selena has never been more beautiful, more energetic, or more successful. At the top of her game, she is today the perfect illustration of the adage, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Despite her fate marked by painful episodes, her kidney transplant, her repeated depressive episodes, her heartaches, her lupus, and her chronic stress, Selena has shown an extraordinary resilience, without complaining or showing off on TV, despite the media's demands that she capitalizes on her story to generate income. What do you think of the sad story of the beautiful Selena Gomez? Did you suspect her woes, her depression, and her health condition from her music videos, interviews, and song lyrics? Some say that talent is fueled by life's misfortunes. Do you agree with this assertion? Leave us your opinion in the comments.